All right, Coach, day one, can you just, give us a summary of, what this team looks like? I know it's a, big mixture of new guys and returners and, coming off spring ball. Just, what does this team look like personnel-wise?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, weather-wise today, right? You can't script it better. On the practice script, I always put the forecast, right? And I changed this morning. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely perfect. Smoke moves out and just an awesome day. Great day to be a Laker. But in regards to that question, college football's evolving, right? It's changing a little bit. There's been a transformation in college football, and the roster piece of it, there's going to be some flux in that, right? It's going to be fluid. So, we're used to having a very veteran team here at Grand Valley State. Retention's been great. It's guys going to class, going after a degree, all those things. Well, now some guys have had some opportunities to go some other places, which, it could be a threat and it could be turmoil, but for us, it's a heck of an opportunity. Our coaches have done an awesome job in recruiting. We're after the high school player and after that development, and watching that guy come in as a freshman, spring ball as a redshirt freshman, and then now watching them run around, make plays, and have those opportunities is just awesome. So, we're a little bit younger football team, right? A little bit different than we have been in the past, but that brings so much excitement. And the coolest part about it, and I said this in spring ball, but you even saw it today, just from early in practice to late in practice, just the growth, right? Just how much better guys get as practice goes, and that's what I'm excited about, going to see the tape and then getting back out here on tomorrow.
When you develop a player, a couple years, then he goes to the SEC, then he goes to San Diego State, is that a compliment for you? Is it frustrating when, probably every offseason there's a couple position groups that you guys have to completely rebuild just because of the current landscape of the game?
No question. I mean, you look at our secondary from a year ago, right? 5 guys were really impactful guys, and 3 of those guys graduated. One's with the Detroit Lions. How much fun was that, right? Hall of Fame game, first play. First play is in there, just shimmy tackling and gets after them. But 2 corners have opportunities to go on. And it's a dichotomy, and we talk about this all the time. 2 things can be true at the same time. There is some heartbreak, like you fall in love with these guys and the relationship you have with them. That part is hard, right? But there is this awesome other end of this, and that is the opportunity maybe they have for their family and for their future. So 2 things can be true at the same time, but again, can't focus on that. The focus is, the guys that are back in this room, back in this building, and going to make those plays and ball out here on Lubber Stadium here in a couple weeks. And the opportunity now then the next guy has, right? And that's what football is, but that's what life's about too, right? Next man up and next guy. I've heard this said a long time ago. I think Coach Bonamago, old Lions special teams coordinator, is at Central for a little bit, and he said there's no such thing as a missed opportunity because somebody's going to take advantage of it, right? So if a couple guys have opportunities to go elsewhere, well, now we got a guy that is seizing that opportunity, and that part's super, super exciting.
What's it been like to see Ian make the most of his chance out there in Detroit?
I'll tell you what, man, of all the guys, right? I remember I was the offensive line coach when I got here, and I recruited him in high school, and I loved him in high school. But he ends up going to Grand Valley, and then I get here, right? But I remember I'd be in the weight room, and we would lift at different position times, but I'd find myself in with the skill guys and just kind of watching him train and lift, because there was so much intent and so much focus, and it mattered so much to him, right? And everything he did in terms of the game of football, that's how he approached it, So we needed leadership last year. He led, right? I don't know if that last playoff game, he came out of the game a couple of times with the shoulder and everything else, and then he's right back out there. And just so for that guy to get that opportunity, and then we talk about belief. Belief, better believe, because at some point they're going to say, here you go, Dad, right? You've never been a dad before, but all right, let's go, Ellie. Let's see this. Let's see make this happen. And you saw that on Thursday night with Ian. We had a little watch party in here, and we're waiting for him to go in, and he had a little hamstring, so it took him a while, but they got in the second half, and then the first play he's in, right? You want to talk about belief, right? And it's not on a slide, it's not on a T-shirt, it was in action, right? When the culture lives out, and that's just so cool, So we talk about guys getting those opportunities, man. you know, he's sitting right here. He sat right here in this seat right here, like, and then he just goes makes this play. And so yeah, that's what it's all about, right? And I got another group, you know, like that senior class, 22 guys. I just saw a bunch of them. One of our defensive ends from the 23 team, Colton Heibel, got married last Friday, and saw a bunch of those guys at that wedding. And you know, Kyler Blake Jones is, as a trainer, and all these guys are getting to their next 50. And so yeah, it's cool to see him in that Honolulu blue, but it's just so cool to see all these guys go on to the next 50 and do some man type stuff, right? You know, and not playing the game anymore. So that's what this is all about. That's why we wake up in the morning. Yeah, it's fun to watch our guys beat up on the other team and score points and fireworks go off and all that, but ultimately it's for those next 50 years. So that's what's really, really cool about that.
When you look in the quarterback room, what has your approach been on that room, and what that's going to look like in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, and we make no bones about it. We're a quarterback-centric program, right? And quarterback in modern-day football, probably for a long, long time, quarterback's been the deal, right? As you track it from NFL to high school, middle school, you got a quarterback, you got a shot, right? So we got a lot of guys, you know, behind those guys, but Coach Shoemaker and the development of that position, you know, and the speed of the development, right? We've got 4 or 5 guys in there, and they all got 4 years of eligibility remaining. So the speed of the development, but it's been remarkable, all right? And a lot of that's recruiting. There's no question about it, and we've done a great job in recruiting that position, but then the development, and then those guys, again, believing in the coaching and believing in the system and believing in the process. And we're starting to see it, right? From spring ball now to day one training camp, you know, I had some good performances today, and excited to see where that goes.